Alrighty, folks. Good morning. Not going to give you a weight update because um, we found a local Chinese food joint on Sunday that was actually like good. It wasn't just like different colored sauces covering different pieces of chicken, and like no digestive effects either. But as a result, I've got leftovers, so I'm working on them a little bit. Um, let's see here, technique wise. So yesterday was a gym day, and like I've seen about low bar, and I've been kind of curious about it. Um, so comfortable for me. With low bar, it tends to be more hip dominant squat in combination with the sumo. So I'm not trying to maintain like this vertical trunk angle to go down, considering I'm more glute based versus when I'm out here, I can go up and down a little more easily. So that was good. Hit a little abs, hit a little leg extension as well. So definitely mildly sore. Hips are a little stiff. I don't. The abs are a little tight as well, but otherwise today we have cable chop up, and then I gotta turn the camera off, turn it on again because we're gonna do serratus punch in 3 different directions. So the first one I won't actually have to turn the camera off for, but the other 2 I will. It's gonna be I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that, but we'll find out. But anyways, we're gonna start with the cable chop and focus on grounding myself plus good breathing. So. Pretty good there. So again, just the 10-pounder doubled over. Just trying to keep the heart rate elevated, and it was another interesting way to kind of think about. I feel like the same message I'm trying to promote. Like you should feel like you're not doing a lot in the gym, but you are doing something regularly. So let's say you can only do 10 pull-ups with good form. And then you need to take a break for them for 2 days. Or like 3 days, something like that, right? Make the math convenient. So that means that you can do basically only 20 pull-ups a week. Versus, you can do 5 pull-ups every day, and that comes out to 35 pull-ups. So over the course of a week, you've done more pull-ups regularly by doing less. So that was like that. Okay, that's a pretty fun concept, right? That if you work out so hard, just maxing out, you're not going to you'll have less time to adjust or spend less time in the gym. And from if you're a newbie starting this, then you're going to be less motivated, or you're going to be discouraged. I'm not going to say you're less motivated. You're going to be discouraged from returning back to the gym as regularly. So, you can do this with a cable at the gym or a resistance band. You could also do this with a medicine ball, where you're having to take that medicine ball. You could do it as a more rapid power-based movement, where you're taking that ball from here, you're gonna slam it up into the wall behind you, and then you could probably do one of two things. One, you could catch it, so boom, boom, and then you spin out into that using momentum. That may be more fatiguing versus and then it falls, you pick it up, it falls, you pick it up, and you just repeat that over and over. Or it's a fun partner-based workout, so you're going to pass the ball up over this way, they're going to catch it, right? So they're here now, and then they're going to pull it down to this side, and then you just cycle it that way. You could do this with a dumbbell, right? Or like I've done it kind of with the kettlebells. What else? You could use like the landmine, the thing at the gym, to start low, come high, start low, come high. So lots of ways to do this. What's probably nice about the band over those other applications is the fact that the tension increases the further you go out. So it's really, what are you trying to get out of it? And this is where we can talk about more, becoming more specific. If you want to feel like you can just get the weight from here to here quickly, great. If you want to feel like maintaining your top speed as the resistance increases, I might go with the band. So, food for thought. All right, last set. So what I did there that you didn't see was that I let my back foot pivot up. So I was taking essentially the final step of like a golfer's swing, where that left foot, where you kind of come up onto the left foot, onto the side of the left foot, and then you push off with the right. So again, I haven't had a coach specifically tell me this, but like the follow through and just being able to stop at that top point are one of the issues I have. So if I'm having balance issues with my feet, again because of the mobility issues, that could be part of the reason why I have some of my troubles with golf, other than the fact that it's a hard game. All right, here we go. Alright. So again, interesting things. I felt more balance with my left foot pushing off and my right foot going in. So considering the foot injury I had and I was walking on the side of the foot, it's just, little things that make me curious. Alright, but over 10 minutes in, and I'm gonna assume that at least the first 2-3 minutes were more me talking than me working. So still working at about 10 minutes an exercise between all the breaks. Alright, so from here, this is that serratus punch. Get your lunge, get your power stance. From there, you're just punching forward. And 15. Alright. Again, a little more difficult than I expected. Or not, I'm not gonna say difficult, but a little like, it wasn't a breeze. Alright. So, it's 3 levels. So the first one is with the anchor low and my hands going high. And then we're gonna go mid, and then we're gonna go high anchor, hands going low. So I'm gonna break this up into a few parts. Be right back. Alright, so I'm going against the manufacturer's recommendations. They recommend putting it in the door hinge, which makes sense because it's more stable and this won't accidentally pull the door open. So we're gonna hope this works. Again, home gym setup issues. So, I actually prefer the bands being low and we punch straight out. 3, 4. Alrighty, that was pretty easy. And then last one we got. Yes. Alright. No. Alright. Alright. Oh, come here, friend. No. There it is. Alright, last set. So for me, I do, for whatever reason, I prefer having the band underneath my forearm rather than over so it doesn't like rub up on it. You do you. Alrighty, so that is the serratus punch in 3 directions. Unsurprising to me, and maybe to you if you've been watching, the hardest one for me was going up. That was the most fatiguing for me. So, there's that. Alright, so the last one I'm supposed to be doing is dumbbell I's, T's, and Y's, and typically that works better when you can get a bench at an incline. All right, so here's like, you know, here's the bench, and like this is like the seat of the bench. So your chest goes here, you lift your arms, hang down, and then you can work through there. So what I am probably going to do is prop my chest up onto something and go from there. We'll give it a try, and if it fails, it fails. Let's see here. So we need to turn the camera. Lefty loosey, that's right. And then we turn, and then we look down towards the floor, and we turn a little more. And let's hope we got it right on the first shot. All right. This 8-pounder is feeling a little too heavy. All right, let's see if this works. Of course, I can only really work one hand at a time. So we'll see how this goes. All right, you can still see me. That's not really working. Nope, that's not really gonna work. So, we're gonna see, can I get it to work with cables? You know what, I did have another thought about this before I move to that. So we're gonna see if we can't do this in standing instead. So what I'm actually gonna do for myself is I'm gonna turn around because I want to see what does my back look like as I work on this. So I'm not intentionally showing you my butt. Let's see what if we do. I don't think that ought to do. So, interestingly enough, harder on my right arm than on my left arm. Or it felt harder at least. I'm going to tilt the camera up just a touch. Alright. Is that better? Yeah, you can see me now. So, next one is the Y, or no, the T. So basically looks like a reverse fly. So I am using my right hand to kind of brace myself against my right thigh while I'm working my left hand, just so it's not as demanding on my core and back. Again, there's probably someone out there, well, like if you're doing this two-handed, great. You can't use core, but this just feels better. Six, 7, 8, 9. And again, still very interesting to me that it's harder on my right side than it's my left side. Alright. Last set will be the Y position. How are we doing time-wise? Okay, about a half hour. My watch is telling me that I've burned like 150 calories right in about 25 minutes, so ballpark 160 by the time I reach a half hour. This is overall less intense than my workout yesterday, and I think yesterday I managed to break over 500 calories per my watch. So, that balance, say 530, 160, let's make it, so that's what, 590, 690 divided by 2 equals 345 calories. Again, so that's what, 75, assuming about 75% accuracy, so that's 225. And then we'll divide That's what, another 3/4. That's 37, so 225 plus 37, somewhere in that ballpark. Comes out to like 250 calorie average burn per day just by exercising for 30 minutes to an hour. All right, so the Y is typically the hardest one for me. And let's see here, if I wanted to do something else, what would I do? Oh, it would be front squat. You know what? I might actually do that. I might add in front squat today. Okay. So, like I said, the Y is the hardest, I feel like, for most people. So again, I'm gonna brace. That wasn't bad, which is interesting. So we just got the, go on friend. Okay, well maybe I'll burn 170 calories, so 530, 170, 600, 700, 350, yeah, okay, so I'm still around 350, so what is 3/4 of, that's what, 150 divided by 4, I'm just going to say ballpark 40 calories, so yeah, about like 265 calories. Alright, last one. Oh yeah, that is harder. 1, 2. So, got a couple clicks on that right shoulder. That's where you might have seen me shaking my head like, You might have seen me adjusting a little bit as well, trying to get that right shoulder to function better. So, and this is where I laugh, right? That I've been focusing so much on this left upper quadrant, thinking that there's not much of an issue on this right side, but clicking joints aren't necessarily indicative of a bad thing, but maybe there's something I could work on this side through that idea of just general unilateral training. Okay, so last thing I'm going to do is a front squat, and you're not going to see me moving a whole lot because what I'm focusing on is keeping that trunk upright and then just being able to feel like I can maintain that shoulder width squat and let my ankles bend. All right, trying to sit my butt down and let my ankles bend so I get that stretch in the calf. So, I mean, I just did squats yesterday, so my hips are maybe, I did squats and leg extensions yesterday, so my legs may be a little torched in general. Let's see if I can do this right. All right. So, I don't know if you saw it or if the camera picked it up, but it wasn't so much the initial lift, but as soon as I got my hands up here, instant kind of tightness in that midsection. So, which goes back to like, one, being able to properly load. And that refers to kind of like two things. One, good form, good technique, that kind of thing. But also selecting the proper load in terms of weight, time, like the mechanics of the exercise. So that's, it's pretty cool to see that, I just felt it instantly, and I feel like I saw it on the camera, but small screen, glasses, right? Got glare, all sorts of excuses. The other thing that I thought was interesting was I felt like each rep got a little lower, but I don't feel like I was letting my chest drop or I was overly extending from my spine in order to get lower. So, interesting. Okay, so we got 2 more sets. Let's see here. So I'll be really mad if all I had to do was just proper form front squats to get my stiff ankles to start moving better. Regarding breathing. So again, I did low bar squat and I really focused on that, or like just breathing in as I went down, and then quick little breath hold at the bottom to breathe out, up and down, and that helped me. I feel like that helped me immensely in terms of being able to get through the reps. I think I did 12 reps, 11 reps, and then 6 reps. And so it's the same thing here. I felt a lot of kind of rib cage tightness, and I feel like I might not have been breathing as comfortably as I could have been. So, same exercise, same weight, but I'm going to see if I can't get my breathing under control before I start moving. No. So, only managed like 9 reps, but still very interesting, right? I'm getting, I guess, the hardest thing I've done today. So I felt like I was able to breathe better, and since I was able to breathe better, I was able to engage more of my feet and my hips. And that's where my hips were like, hey buddy, you just did this yesterday. Maybe you should back off. Okay. And with this guy, I mean, you can use dumbbells, barbell, I'm using the kettlebells. You could even probably use bands. The issue with the bands is that you're maintaining max tension here, and as you go down, that's where you're losing tension. So, yeah. I guess more and more gyms are starting to carry like the functional training equipment like sandbags, or I think Perform Better calls it the Viper. So it's just like weighted implements. There's a sandbag, or just like the Viper is like it looks like a heavy piece of PVC with handles. So I can't speak to its effectiveness or what it does better than something else, but you know, it's heavy. It's another implement you can use. Or it's not heavy, but it's heavy enough. Or was it the, they also got Indian clubs, and what's the other one I'm thinking about? It just looks like a big old maul. I think lacrosse players use it a lot. It's just a shaft with a big ball at the end of it, so that you can really focus on control through single plane. All right. Last set. Also, I'm almost certain that my technique to get this up here is suboptimal, subpar. Don't do what I do. That's right, get elbows up. So, I'm alive, people. I just gotta check off my exercises, otherwise I'll forget where I'm at. Alright. Oh god. Yeah, that was a good workout. Let's see, we're about right around 40 minutes, 45 minutes. It says that I burned about 155 calories or so. Again, I'm gonna ballpark, you know, multiply it times 75%. And that gets, you know, what? 212 calories. So you can get yourself into a deficit just by exercising, but it may not be the best way to lose weight. And that's where I go back to like one of my first videos. Don't burn the candle at both ends. Don't try and reduce your calories so much. Right, like if you cut 400 calories out of your diet, but you're burning 250 a day, that may lead to poor compliance. Versus, hey, let me cut like 200 calories out of my diet, and then an extra 200 through working out, and that way I'll lose weight that way. And actually, let me rephrase that. I will change my appearance that way. Again, potentially one of the issues with my own weight loss is the fact that I am rebuilding muscle because I am using heavier weights and I am providing my muscles with a new stimulus. So I'm not necessarily losing weight, right, pounds off the scale, but subjectively, I feel better. I feel like I look better. And more so objectively, like when I step on the scale, because I've got the body fat percentage reading thing, that it tends to trend more to the lower 18s than the higher 19s and 20s. So that's kind of where I base that off of. Is my scale accurate? Probably not. But just like I said, I feel overall better. Like I feel like I'm stronger. I feel like I'm more coordinated. I definitely have a little more mental clarity. So exercise and changing your diet isn't just about physical appearance. It can change all of you. Anyways, if you stuck around this far, Whether you do my workout or you do your own thing, I'm a happy camper, right? I'm just glad you did something. Till next time, folks.